Hi, would you like to introduce yourself and who are you? Tell us about your movie.
My name is Judah Ray, and I am the screenwriter, director, and producer of Making Peace. Making Peace was a short film that I was inspired to write after thinking about how we as humans look at the experience of death and of acceptance. It was really sparked off of the idea of when we they say when we pass away that we meet someone in the afterlife that we know that shepherds us, that helps us come to terms with what happened. And I always thought that was a really cool idea, and I wanted to play with it within the idea of a film.
Tell me the name of the film again.
That film is Making Peace.
Making Peace. And what inspired you to make the film?
Well, it started as an exercise because I come from the feature film world and had never really understood shorts until I started getting into the creativity part of it. Being a producer, I could understand the nature of short films, but once I transcended into creative and really started focusing more on directing and screenwriting, I wanted to create something that pulled on the heartstrings, but was set in the supernatural and dealt with tropes that were dramatic yet family orientated, and it just all kind of came together with the idea of when you die, it's kind of like running out of gas, and it really started with, okay, well, here's this character. They're on the side of the road in the desert, which is like a metaphor for death, and they ran out of gas. And someone comes along, who they know, but maybe they don't know, and the idea just started snowballing and snowballing until it became Making Peace, which really grateful for how it turned out, to the universe and to everything that I pull my inspirations from. Because I wish I could say that I come up with these great ideas on my own, but I'm more of a, I'd like to say, I channel these stories and this information, and I'm just the vehicle. I just put it out there, and I'm glad people enjoy it.
Right, that's great. And which brings me on to my next question is, how did the project come together?
Well, after I finished the screenplay, of course, had to take off my screenwriter's hat, put on my producer's hat. And I sent it out there to a couple people to read. And one of the people, which up until then, I'd just been a producer who did mostly horror and thriller type stuff. So for me to receive a phone call from a 6'3" Southside Chicago thug, weeping and crying about the screenplay he just read, was a new experience for me because no one had ever done that before. For me, it was always like, "Oh, that was a cool kill," or "Wow, what a scary moment." But for someone to call me that resonated with them in a way that they were brought to tears because of my story was really a new experience. And so they agreed to finance the film as long as I dedicated it to someone for them, because for them it was a message, and for me that was so beautiful. I accepted it, and I put it out there that I was looking for the right crew and the right people, and I found a great AD who stuck by my side and helped me organize everything almost as a co-producer. And together we built this project through hiring the right people who brought in their friends that they worked with, and just kind of shoestringed it together. And we came up with a product that I'm even just blown away with what you can do nowadays, for the right budget, for a small budget, with the tools and techniques that has came out of modern filmmaking. So
Wow,
yeah.
that's great. Once you've done all that, then your next step obviously is to get it in front of an audience. So, what did you do to go about doing that?
Well, the short world's interesting. Like I said earlier, being a producer, I never really understood shorts because I didn't understand the audience behind it. Being that I came from, someone who made films to create a profit margin for my investors, and it was a little harder off shorts. So for this being more of a pet project and being something that we hoped one day we could sell, but we're more focused on telling the story, showing that we could execute a project, proof of execution, and our main goal is to get eyes on it. So the best way for shorts in my particular field and where I come from was to put it out there into the festival circuit. And we started, our first tier, second tier, and third tier festivals that we wanted to become a part of. And it, as you can see, has turned out well. We've been really doing well on the circuit. We're up about 64 honors, and this is another great opportunity we're having here to have people enjoy the film and see it. Anytime that can happen is just a blessing. And then after the festival circuit, we're hoping to either be able to put it out there and have people be able, of course, to purchase it so we can recoup some of the money we put into it. But more, we're going to be interested in just releasing it to a way to where we can get it to the public and in front of everyone's eyes and have a chance to see it during its circuit run.
Excellent, excellent. So, what's coming up next?
Well, after Making Peace, at this time, our company, A-Level Pictures, is currently working on a slate of films. We have 4 different features in development. One will be filming in the Philippines, and it's a true story about a mother with a family of 2 that became a hit woman to pay the rent out there. We have another story that is based out of Mexico, which is an action film. The main character was inspired by someone Tom Sizemore had came up with, and so I developed that into a screenplay, and we'll be shooting that in New Mexico. Another project, which is a thriller horror that deals with a lot of different issues in society today. We'll be filming, most likely, I think we're thinking Oklahoma, and that started development on the East Coast. And we have a series, which is our first step into the series world, called Eat the Rich, which we're very excited to be shopping around now with some great people. And it is a sci-fi, female-driven show, kind of deals with a lot of conspiracy and New World Order topics, and it's female-driven, large Holden Collender, scientific, just a lot of different socially relevant tropes like New Age thinking and social media and diversity. It's really just goes down a lot of different angles, and we're very happy that it's picked up a lot of support, and hopefully we'll be going out to some great networks soon.
So you're going across a lot of genres, which is excellent. Could you mention a website where us fans can find you?
Instagram /Making Peace BTS. BTS is in behind the scenes. You can find us on Facebook at /Making Peace the film. You can find me on Instagram at /Judah_Ray, RAY, and also on Facebook at /Judah Ray. I'd like to thank everybody that's watched this, that's part of the festival. I'd like to thank everyone organizing the festival for honoring us with even an official selection. I mean, it's such a great experience to be, part of your festival and to have our film seen by your audience. And we're just so grateful. I know my cast and my crew thanks you. Everyone that's watching this, I thank you. And I wish you all a wonderful everything.